morning everyone. Welcome to DSS online classes. This is Roli ma'am here once again for science class. Students, in our last videos we have discussed how sound is produced, how it propagates in surrounding and how can we hear the sound. But in this video we will discuss about the qualities of sound. Some basic terms are given here. At first, have you ever thought about the how can you differentiate about these questions? How can you differentiate between the sound produced by two different musical instruments? You can easily say that the sound coming from the which musical instrument it is coming. For example, you can differentiate between the sound produced by the drum and flute or harmonium easily, not by observing that musical instrument, by only listening, by hearing that musical instrument or the sound produced by that musical instrument, you can easily recognize that this sound is produced by which musical instrument. Or sometimes you also, without looking at the person, you by hearing the sound or by hearing his voice, his or her voice, you can easily identify that it is the voice of which person. So how can you do it? How can you differentiate between the sound produced by different sources? So these are the qualities of the sound by which you can easily identify the source of the sound. So in this video we will discuss about the qualities of sound. For that, at first we have to discuss some of the basic terms which are given here. At first, oscillatory motion. Students, to and fro motion means to and fro motion or back or forth movement. Motion from its mean position is known as oscillatory motion. This type of motion to and fro or back and forth motion is known as oscillatory motion. So second is frequency. Frequency is number of oscillations per second. Now in oscillatory motion, when the object is moving like this, the number of oscillations in 1 second, how many oscillations are going on, that is the frequency. So frequency is number of oscillations per second. In 1 second only, number of oscillations is the frequency of that wave. And unit of frequency is hertz. So if an object is oscillating 20 times per second, so what will be its frequency? Naturally, it will be 20 hertz. Third one is amplitude and frequency. Students, these are the two qualities which are responsible for creating difference between two sounds. These are the two basic qualities on which sound can be differentiated. First one is amplitude. Now the question is here, what is amplitude? So if the wave is like this, it is the mean position and sound wave is this one. Then from the mean position during oscillation, maximum distance covered by the sound wave is amplitude, which is denoted by a small letter A. So that is the amplitude. Maximum displacement covered from the mean position is the amplitude. And what is frequency? So number of oscillations. So it is first oscillation, second and third oscillation from its mean position. So if it is going on in 1 second, 3 oscillations in 1 second, so its frequency will be 3 hertz. So amplitude and frequency, I think it is clear from this graph only. Maximum displacement covered by the oscillating object in one oscillation is the amplitude, and number of oscillations in 1 second. If 3 oscillations are going on in 1 second, then its frequency will be 3 Hertz. Now we will discuss about the loudness and pitch of the sound. So students, now we will discuss about the loudness and pitch. Amplitude is the phenomena on which loudness depends. Loudness depends on the amplitude. More the amplitude, more will be the loudness of the sound, and less the amplitude, less will be the loudness of the sound. Pitch. More the frequency of oscillation, more will be the pitch, and more will be the shrillness of the sound. And if frequency is lower, then pitch will be also lower one, and sound will be the bass one. Shrillness will escape. Now once again we will discuss about the pitch and amplitude with a simple activity. You have to take a glass tumbler, as I have shown here, or metal tumbler also you can take, and take a spoon, a metal spoon or a steel spoon, and stuck its rim of the glass with that spoon. Sound will be produced, and your glass tumbler will vibrate, or metal tumbler will vibrate. By this vibration, sound will be produced. Just listen that sound, and once again you strike that glass tumbler, rim of that glass tumbler hard with the metal spoon. Then again sound will be produced, but this time when you are pressing it or pushing it hardly, the sound produced will be the more shrill. Shrilling will be the higher one. Shriller sound will be produced. Why? Because second time vibration will be faster, and naturally frequency will increase. Number of oscillations per second will increase when you struck the tumbler hardly with the spoon. Then number of oscillations increase in 1 second. Then frequency will increase, and as a result pitch will also increase. Pitch will increase and the sound will become shrill. In the next case, you have to take thermocol ball and hang it with the help of a thread I have shown here, as I have shown here, and then strike gently the rim of the tumbler. Then thermocol ball is a lighter one, and it will move or oscillate, start oscillating. That oscillation of thermocol ball, that maximum distance covered by the thermocol ball, will show the amplitude of the vibration of glass tumbler or this metal tumbler, and that amplitude you have to watch it carefully. And in the next case, again you have to strike that thermocol ball, but this time it should be the harder one. Then again that thermocol ball will vibrate, and again your tumbler will vibrate, but this time amplitude will be the higher one, and sound produced will be the louder one. It will be the louder one. So from this activity, it is clear that amplitude, whenever it increases, loudness of the sound will increase, and frequency, whenever frequency will increase, sound will become shrill, because its pitch also increases with the increase in frequency. So as we increase the amplitude, loudness will increase in its square amount. So it is here, loudness is directly proportional to amplitude square. So if you increase the amplitude of the vibration or oscillation twice, then loudness will increase 4 times. Square of its amount, it will increase. So if in the first case loudness is L1 and amplitude is A1, and in the second case loudness is L2 and amplitude is A2, but the condition is A2 is you take it double of the first case amplitude A1. A2 is double of the A1. Then what will be the loudness? L2 will be L2 will be 4 times of the first times loudness. Why? Because whenever you take the ratio of L1 upon L2, then it will be A1 square upon 2A1 square, which will be 4A1 square, and you can take it A1 square upon 4A1 square, and this will be deducted. So 1 by 4, and as a result you will find that L2 is equal to 4L1. So whenever you increase the amplitude in double amount, then loudness will increase 4 times. So students, let's discuss some of the cases of loudness and pitch. So the first case is compare the sound of a baby and an adult. The baby and an adult. Pitch of the baby's sound is higher than that of adult, and that's why a shrilling voice comes out from the mouth of a baby. It has a high pitched sound, while an adult has low pitched sound. And in case of male, due to increase in the size of vocal cords, amplitude is higher, so loudness is greater. Next case is sound of drum and a whistle. Listen students, in case of drum, the pitch is low, and in case of whistle, pitch is very high. That's why sound of drum and whistle, high pitched sound is produced by the whistle. So shrilling voices here, and in case of drum, pitch is low but amplitude is higher. So the loudness is high and shrillness is not present. A very little amount of shrillness here, or sound is the bass one. While in case of whistle, a shrilled sound is produced by the whistle, because pitch is very high, frequency is high, and pitch is very high, while amplitude is lower one. In case of chirping of bird and roaring of lion, so chirping of bird, frequency is higher in case of sound produced by bird, so its pitch is higher one and shrillness is in a good amount, while amplitude is less. In case of roaring of lion, frequency is very low and roaring voice is coming out because amplitude is the higher one. So loudness is very high and shrillness is less, or bass sound is produced. And in case of chirping of bird, frequency is higher. Voice of woman and man. Dear students, in case of woman, frequency is higher and amplitude is lower one. That's why a shrilled voice is produced by woman. While in case of man, frequency is lower and amplitude is higher one. That's why the sound of a man is bass, but roaring voice is produced. So loudness is higher and shrillness is very lower. In case of woman, shrilled voice is produced while loudness is low. So that was all about the loudness and pitch. And loudness depends on the square of the amplitude, while pitch depends on the frequency of the vibration or oscillation. So higher the frequency, higher will be the pitch, and more shrilled the sound will be. And higher is the amplitude, loudness will be higher. So loud sound is produced due to the higher amplitude. Students, we have discussed about the amplitude and frequency. One more term we have to discuss is the time period. What is time period? Time period is the time taken for completing one oscillation. For example, if it is here, this one is the new position and this one is the one oscillation. Vibrating bodies, one oscillation, and time taken to complete this one oscillation is known as time period. Only one oscillation. In one oscillation, whatever time is taken by the vibrating body is the time period. Now, audible and inaudible sounds. Audible sound is the sound which you can hear easily. And inaudible is the sound which you cannot hear. Now, what is the inaudibility of the sound, or what is the speciality of that sound which you cannot hear? Generally, we hear each and every sound. So, what is that sound? That sound is the sound below the 20 Hz, which has the frequency below the 20 Hz. And the frequency above the 20,000 Hz is inaudible sound. You cannot listen, you cannot hear the sound which has the frequency less than 20 Hz or above the 20,000 Hz. That is the inaudible sound. Above the 20,000 Hz frequency, one example is the nuclear reactions taking place in the atmosphere, and in the your surrounding, you cannot listen that because it has the frequency above the 20,000 Hz, and below 20 Hz is simply the sound produced by the arms. You cannot listen that sound because it has frequency less than 20 Hz. And audibility range. So what is the audibility range of human ear? That is between the 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz. This is the audibility range, means the sound which has frequency in between the 20 Hz to 20,000 Hz is audible. You can hear it. Now, there are some animals which has capability to listen sound or hear sound which has frequency above than 20,000 Hz. In which dogs are here. They have the capacity to listen sound above than 20,000 Hz. That's why policemen generally use dogs for listening that sound. For their investigation, they use dogs. Ultrasound equipments has the frequency. Ultrasound equipments, you are familiar, and it is used for medical purposes. It has the frequency above than 20,000 Hz. So that was about the audible and inaudible sound. Students, generally all of you have heard the sound produced by the machines running on construction site, sound produced by the horns of the vehicles, or sound produced by the various horns, or the sound produced by the students sitting in the class and while they are continuously talking with each other. These sounds are unpleasant to your ear, and that sound is called noise. While sound produced by the harmonium, the flute, the sitar, the tabla, the veena is the melodious one, and also if someone is singing in a melodious way, or it is very pleasant to listen, you enjoy it, and this sound is known as music. So what is the difference between the noise and music? At first, noise is unpleasant to the ear, while music is pleasant to listen. You enjoy it. Why you enjoy it? Because a rhythmic pattern of change in amplitude and frequency occurs in music. Rhythmic pattern, it should be done in a rhythmic manner. Ups and downs will always follow that pattern, and rhythmic pattern of change in amplitude and frequency will take place. While in noise, sudden and at random change of amplitude and frequency will take place. So that is unpleasant to listen, and that is the noise. Here a question arises that can a music be changed into the noise? Yes, it can be changed into the noise whenever you play a music, and naturally it will follow the rhythmic pattern of the change in amplitude and frequency. But suddenly if there is any problem and it follows sudden change of amplitude and frequency, then this music will convert into noise, and you will try immediately to stop that noise. Music, you are loving it, but noise, you don't want to hear it. That is the change of amplitude and frequency. That is the main difference between the noise and music. The loudness of the sound is measured in decibel. So students, just take a look at this chart, and you can easily identify the loudness of the sound in various activities. Normal breathing means intake and outgoing of the air from your nasal passages. Breathing process. 10 decibel sound is produced. Whisper, 30 decibel. Now here I will tell that 30 decibel sound is produced during whispering. Not normal conversation. It is the whispering only. And in normal conversation, whatever you are doing with your friend or normally speaking, 60 decibel sound is produced. Loudness of that sound is 60 decibel. Busy traffic, it has the loudness 70 decibel, and average factory 80 decibel sound. So it is the loudness of the sound produced in your daily activities. Now the sound above the loudness of 80 decibel will be painful for you, and it will become noise. And as we all know, that mixing of harmful and unwanted substances in our air is called air pollution. In the same way, mixing of harmful noise, which is teasing for us, and unwanted sound is called sound pollution or noise pollution. So what is noise pollution? The mixing of harmful and unwanted sound in the atmosphere, in the surrounding, which is harmful for us or which is teasing us, is called noise pollution. It is generally created by factory side, construction side, machinery which are working on this construction side create noise, and horns are of vehicles and automobiles. Generally they are creating very much noise, and a high volume of TV, radio, transistors, music system also create noise. Some of the loudest speakers for the speech of politicians and your religious functions, bhajan, kirtans, etc. The loudest speakers running for these purposes also create noise pollution. And some more activities like in your kitchen, mixie, washing machine generally create noise. That is the noise pollution, because it is creating noise and it is teasing us. So that is the noise pollution and the sources of noise pollution. Now what are the harms caused by the noise pollution? So dear student, it is harmful for you also if your exams are going on and you are preparing for that. Then this noise will disturb you. Lack in sleepiness. If the old person is sleeping, naturally this noise will disturb his sleeping activity, his or her sleeping activity. And also an bad for your heart activity also. So it is harmful for old age persons, for kids, and for everyone. It is harmful. And exposure to a loud noise for a long time will create deafness in human beings. So noise pollution is always harmful. Now, measures to limit noise pollution. If noise pollution is so much harmful, how can we check it? So we can check it. It is in our hands. How? At first, construction sites should be made away from the residential or factory areas. Should be away from the residential areas. And for horns of vehicles or automobiles, we should plant trees on the roadside. It will cut that teasing sound. It will cut the effect of that teasing sound reaching to our houses. And volume of horns of these vehicles and automobiles should also be at a permitted level. And we should always listen TV, radio, transistors, music system at low volume. It is for our enjoyment, not for others' disturbance. We should always keep in mind. And religious functions or marriage functions and speech of politicians, etc. It should be for us also. It is our ceremony or our function. It shouldn't be teasing for others. So loud noise should be avoided on these functions. And any of the music system or whatever is running, machinery or any of the system which is running in your house, it should be at low volume. You should always keep in mind. You should never speak loudly or cry or anything. It should be done at low volume. So, in this ways, we can limit the noise pollution and make the others happy. So that was all about the characteristic of sound, noise in music, noise pollution, and how can we control it. I hope you are clear